everyone, welcome to another episode of Cooking with Peter. Today we are going to make, it's a rainy day here in Florida, so it's a little bit overcast and it's a little wet, but it rains in Florida. It really does. It rains in Florida. Today we're going to make something warm, something I would really like to make with you. We're going to make stuffed bell peppers. We have a cast of characters. Let me show them to you real quick. We have the main, well, let me just stop and I'll go back the other way. Love it. All right, I'm back. Like I said, we're making stuffed bell peppers today. Our main actor here is the assorted bell pepper, and they're going to be in 3 colors. Beautiful. We, of course, are going to have our 80-20 ground beef. We're also going to include the thyme lemon salt. It's a grinder from Aldi's. And then a Worcestershire sauce. We're also going to add, turn him here right there, tomato paste, see it? Tomato paste, ketchup, onion, and minced garlic. Oh, and also included is our Friendly Guy rice. I just made fresh rice. Now, one thing when you do rice though, after it's done after 20 minutes, take off the lid, fluff it, and it won't cake on you. So the rice is ready, my pan is ready. Now what I need to do is dice up my onion, mince up my garlic. I actually have my fancy dancy garlic press, you see that? Fancy dancy. And, oh, everything's gonna go in this pan, you see this? And you always line your pan with tin foil, because if you line your pan with tin foil, it makes all the difference in cleaning up. It really makes all the difference. Like my glasses? Aren't they pretty? I can see a lot of things now. I can see you. There you are. I see you. Thank you for watching Cooking with Peter. I'm going to start assembling and I'll see where we can go. Now, part of this assembly for the stuffed bell pepper meal is you need to prep your onion, because everything's going to go in the pan shortly. And I think I've shown you before, but I'll show you again now because it's worth repeating. You take off the top, you leave half of the root on there because it's easier for assembly. You take just one layer on. That's all you need is one layer off. One layer off. You always keep your compost. Always keep your compost. I really advise it all the time. Now watch what happens. You have an onion like this, and I got you in the right position because I'm a southpaw. And you simply go boop, being very careful with your fingers. Of course, you're using a sharp knife. That. After you cut sideways, you cut downwards. Boom, 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 boom. A rather large onion. But I think onion in a bell pepper mix is a good idea. And then what you do is you simply go like this. See? Easy peasy. It all's diced up and almost perfectly, see? Perfectly shaped dicing. And again, back to the compost. And then what we easily do, we're going to watch this real quick. Take the edge of your knife. Pop open your garlics. Like that. Easy peasy. Take off the outer peel. Compost. Outer peel. Compost. And outer peel. See? Relatively easy. Then you just take your handy dandy garlic press. You actually don't need to take off the bottom of the garlic because it will stay in the pressed part. See? Through that motion, all comes out, and you're good to go. Okay? Good to go. Cooking with Peter is kind of easy, isn't it? It's kind of easy. What we're going to do now, because today is stuffed bell pepper day, we will progress to the stove. Because what we're going to do is we're going to put it in the pan, and we're going to go ahead and cook the meat and the onions, get them all soft and everything. Oh, I also want to explain to you this. I'm going to go ahead and wash my bell peppers because they're still in the bag still. So I'm going to wash the bell peppers. I'm also going to take the top off of each of them, of course, because you can't stuff a bell pepper unless you take the top off of them. Oh my God, they're beautiful. Look how beautiful. They're going to sit just wonderfully. Because they're all going to go in the pan and into the oven at 350 degrees for like 30 minutes. Oh, they're just gorgeous. They're just so pretty and colorful. But what I'm going to also do is take the tops off, all right? I'm not going to keep the tops as part of the final meal. But I am going to cut off the edges of the top, dice them up, and put them in the pan with the meat and the onion and the garlic and the salt and the Worcestershire and the tomato paste, and the ketchup for flavoring. That all goes in the pan with the meat, and everything's going to heat up. After the meat is browned and the onions have been translucent, we're going to add in the rice in proportion, because I made 1 cup of rice. But 1 cup expands to 2 cups because you put 2 cups of water in 1 cup of rice. Everyone's made rice, right? We've all made rice. After which, we'll start stuffing. Stay with me. Cooking with Peter continues. Now what you do is you take the tops off, you see? Just the tops, as little as you can, because you want as much area as you can to stuff. But you don't throw away the tops or just put them in the compost. You take the tops, you trim around the little stem, excuse me, and what you do, I need a glass of water real quick. Give me a moment. Isn't this cute? My neighbor Melanie down the street got me a whole box of wine cups. I think she's getting tired of seeing me drink wine out of these cups. So be it. So what we're going to do is we're going to put in the pan, everybody say we have a pan here, waiting for go. We're going to put in the bell pepper tops, the diced pieces first. Then we're going to move on to the onion. Then we're going to move on to the ground beef. I believe a lot of things. Let me see. I believe I can factor in maybe a pound and a quarter in there. That's what I'm thinking. Because like I said to you, I'm not going to drain it because it's all going to go stuff. Okay. Lastly, though, goes the garlic after the meat, because you do not want to burn your garlic. Burnt garlic is never a good thing. You want it to flavor this. You want it to flavor it. So what we're going to do is we're going to proceed. Oh, and then we're going to also include our tomato paste, our ketchup, our Worcestershire, our thyme salt, and we're moving on. We're just moving on. Oh, well, we got to add the rice. After you cook the meat, then you add the rice, because then the rice has already been cooked, so it'll just absorb the flavor, all right? I will start showing you my assembly as we go along. Thanks for watching. Ooh, my pan is about up to, it's a medium-high heat, okay? Remember I told you about doing meat. Never do it on a high heat. Medium-high is plenty enough. A little bit longer cooking times gets all the flavors together, all right? So, I believe, oh, it's putting off a nice heat right now. Always good to have a glass of wine while you're cooking. Very good, very good. Now, like I said, I'm going to start off with the bell pepper tops. I dice them up. The reason why is because they are the most firm. It's like if you're doing carrots and something else, you do the carrots first because it's the most firm vegetable. So we're going to start off, and typically it doesn't matter if it's green, orange, red, or yellow. It's a bell pepper, all right? So we're going to start off with these guys. Let's take our yellow babies in there. Oh, there's that sizzle. I love that sizzle. Typically, I use a pastry cutter. I have a pastry cutter as a lifter, but I'm just gonna get it out. You know, sometimes I get a little lazy. See, that'll soften these bell peppers up real nice. I did not add any oil to the pan. Okay, there's no need to. They just need to get a little bit brown, and they need to soften up, because everything is going to go into that pan after I stuff the bell peppers. After I stuff the bell peppers, and it's going to be heated up in the oven anyways, and the meat's going to add some oils to it as well. Okay, that's looking good. Yeah, see, getting a nice little brown. Loosen up real nice. Real nice. Real nice. Yeah, it's a good time for another little sip of wine. You know, it's good to have a sip of wine in a nice Florida afternoon. No, it's not a nice Florida afternoon. On a rainy Florida afternoon, staying home and having some wine. Oh, you like my new glasses? You like them? They have pretty color. Wait, pretty color, huh? And they have that Sally Jesse Raphael design on the side. Really fashionable. Really fashionable. Another thing to always remember, wash your hands all the time. And if you are smart, if you're really smart, you'd have gotten a pedicure or a manicure. It would make a difference if you got a pedicure to cook with, but a manicure is always a good thing, all right? I can imagine cooking with feet. You know, one of these days I might do a cooking episode of Peter cooking with feet. It'd be primarily opening bananas. Anyway, let's move on to the onion. Onion in there. Again, that sizzle. You just want a nice sizzle. You're not putting in the garlic just yet because you don't want the garlic to burn. So we're just putting the onion in right now. There we go. I'm going to pop open the meat. It's that 80-20 again. Beautiful meat. I'm thinking a pound, maybe a pound and a quarter. I wouldn't mind a little extra meat in the pan after I stuff my my peppers, but it'd be nice because this meat's going to taste delicious no matter what. But I want to have a nice meal for my husband tonight, and we'll keep going. Thank you for watching. Let's figure this. I'm figuring maybe 5-6 minutes, 7 minutes maybe, because we're also got to cook the meat, so everything else is going to cook. I just wanted the vegetables to be a little bit more, how do you say it, translucent and softer. So when I put the meat in and we get going. Love you. Thanks for watching. All right. See my excuse me. See, that's why. See, this is exactly why you need some wine while you're cooking, because you get tongue-tied. You know, I might do a whole video series on cooking with wine, because wine is wonderful to cook with. There's so many recipes, and typically the alcohol burns off, which is unfortunate, but the flavor and the taste is there. So, let's go back. The ground beef is now browned. I'm going to add the Well, I know I'm going to put the tomato paste in. So I got to dig that out. I'm going to add the garlic. I know I'm going to put the Worcestershire in there. But then I got to tell you this. Ketchup has a lot of flavor to it. And so does this thyme salt. And I'm not going to put them in until I try it. I know I'm going to put the Worcestershire. I know I'm going to put the garlic. And I know I'm going to put the tomato paste in there. And oh my God, I just love the smell of sizzling meat. Isn't that just smell wonderful? All right. Again, thank you for watching. This will continue. Mwah. All right, like I said, I'm not putting the spices in just yet. You need to have a quick taste of everything before you put spices in, because when you, oh, it smells delicious, absolutely delicious. Before you put spices in, like a ketchup or a salt, you need to taste your food. You should taste your food consistently as you go along anyways. But if you know you're going to put in the Worcestershire, if you know you're going to put in your garlic, and you know, what was the other thing? The tomato paste. Excuse me, the tomato paste. Now before I put in salt or the ketchup, I want to taste it. Because you can't take those ingredients out. You know? Because I excuse me, oh my gosh, that's why I need another glass of wine. You can loosen up the tomato paste. It really does kind of bind. But you can loosen that up with some water. But you can't take out salt, so. Really good, really good. Oh, really, really good. Another bite. And the peppers have softened up in there, really good. This is coming out excellent, absolutely excellent. Absolutely excellent. I can't wait to stuff them. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a quick grind of the thyme. I want it's a lemon thyme. Nope. One. That's it. That's all you get. One. It doesn't need any salt. I am though going to add some ketchup. Oh, it's brand new. Add some ketchup to it. Man, the tomato paste did a lot of good to it. It really did. But you know, everything's better with ketchup. Done. Now let me tell you this. The Worcestershire sauce, excuse me. The Worcestershire sauce made a big difference. A big difference, and very nice, very nice. Next though is the rice. So I'm going to add the rice to it, and then I'm going to show you the dish before I put it into the stuffed bell peppers. Stay with me. Thank you for watching. Really appreciate it. If you care to, comment. If you care to make this meal, please do. If you care to like me and Lowell, you can like, well, how does that go? Let's think about this for a second. People love Lowell. They tolerate me. You know that. So, I'm going to go on to the rice. I'm going to go on to the rice. Then I will probably stuff the peppers, and I'll show you the dish before it goes in the oven. Oh, excuse me. Oh, kisses. Mwah. like some people have said, I don't know who, like some people have said, oh, I've said, it's time to stuff the peppers, okay? So what you do is you take your peppers and you take your meat and always wash your hands. Remember I told you, get not a pedicure, a manicure before you get into anything. And not with those silly long nails either. No silly long nails anymore. I'm kind of done with silly long nails, you know what I'm saying? Just a nice one. So what you do is you take your meat and your rices and you fork it in there. It's really rather simple. And you try to get it all the way onto the bottom, okay? Now remember, the meat and the rice have been cooked already. So what you're basically going to be doing is heating up the peppers. The rice and the meat won't cook anymore because you're putting it at 350. You know, like you do a cake? You 350 doesn't burn anything. It just keeps it kind of warm, kind of thing. But always this. Overstuff your peppers. Overstuff your peppers. Have a nice big pepper. Push as much as you can inside, like that. You put a little bit more on top. Like I said, I probably gotta have extra filling, but it's still gonna be delicious. See, just like that. It won't shrink because you've already cooked everything, but add a nice topping to it. All right. Now, what we're also going to do then is after you do that, again, clean hands. You don't touch things without clean hands. You add a little parm on top, a little grated parm, so that while it's cooking, it will melt. All right? Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to finish the other peppers. I'm going to have another glass of wine, of course. Wine is always better when you're cooking, or cooking is always better when you wine. Let me rephrase that. It's always, not always, it's nice to drink wine while you're cooking. I'm going to fill the other two peppers, put their palm on, and it's going into the oven for approximately 30 minutes, all right? 30 minutes at 350 degrees, and then it should be just perfect. Catch up with you soon. Mwah. Thank you for watching. Look what I bought my husband. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. I bought him a backpack because my husband is awesome. And I love my husband completely. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. How pretty that is. Uh-huh. Oh, I bought him socks as well. I bought him socks as well. They match the backpack, but you know how it goes. All right. Love and kisses. He loves getting new things in the mail. He came home last night, had the mail up there, and he was just like, oh, 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 because he won't open it. It has my name on it. You know that. I'm like, nah, go ahead, open it. Open it. You go ahead and open it. I don't know what it is. I knew what it is, but I love you. Love you, everybody. Love my husband. Kisses. Mwah.